Instability in any part of Africa affects us all. That is why we have seen increased engagement by African leaders, the African Union, and the regional organizations in peace and security matters on the continent. Further progress depends on Africa's ability to work together and with other partners on meaningful mechanisms to resolve conflicts. It also calls for continued strengthening of our respective internal systems to prevent conflicts in the first place.
Ending conflict, sustaining peace, securing peace for a long time, in my view, has a lot to do with issues of bread and butter. It's about providing to our people. It's about engaging our people to the best of our ability. And it is also putting the responsibility to them alongside the leaders. What has been the experience of this country? And I must say, I think Rwanda has done well, but we have many, many more challenges remaining. And I'm really pleased with the course of this country, but I remain very cautious and vigilant about some of the things we have to really look out for, and especially sustainability.
The constant should be the kind of politics, the kind of leadership, the governance in place, so that these old or emerging causes or conflicts can be resolved.
This is a global project from the World Federation of UN Associations. This is a project that was selected because the UN realized that ignoring peace and security and conflict prevention created a likelihood that MDGs are not likely to be achieved. So after that, these UN-led discussions, they said we should look for a channel of kind of influencing or creating a platform for world populations to voice this out. So the World Federation of UN Associations chose the UN associations, only 5 of them out of over 100. That was Rwanda, Armenia, Cambodia, South Africa, and India. So first of all, because we have known violence for a long time, and secondly, we have made an effort to move forward in the development aspect. Rwanda particularly, by the way, I'm very happy to share, is referred to as a shining star. So when we talk of that experience, it's one of the reasons why we were chosen. So we are leading discussions and debates around the post-2015 in our respective countries. Why? Because we have got the experience of violence, but we also have a reason to celebrate today, because in development we have registered success worldwide.
niba hari uburyo mwadusobanurira bufatika bugaragaza ibyagezweho, ikigero iki n'ikijanisha, ibitaragezweho n'ibi, ndetse n'ibigaragaza neza koko uburyo umutekano wagize uruhare mu gutuma bimwe bitagerwaho.
Kuri kote y'u Rwanda ibyo rwagezeho mwavuze ko ruri muri 2022 bifite indicators nziza, tukajya mu zidusangiza niba muzifite. Ikindi ndi kwibaza kuri iyi projet cyashya, MDGs yego ntizigezweho inyinshi, mwatubwiye ko shatarizo zigaragaza ibipimo byiza by'uko hari ibyakozwe. Iyi projet yindi yo ko nk'u Rwanda hari ingamba nyinshi cyane zijyanye n'umutekano no gukemura amakimbirane no guharanira amahoro ndetse no ko yaba sustainable, ni iki gishyi projet izana ku by'u Rwanda rwaye rufite? Murakoze.
Twibazaga u Rwanda ko ruri mu bihugu 22 bifite intambwe byateye mu kwachivinga MDGs. Izo rutachivinze niyo hari inyigo yakozwe cyangwa research ko u Rwanda tudafite ikibazo cya peace and security, izo zo zitagezweho ko haburi igihe gito ngo zirangire ngo byaratewe n'ikine hari ikintu mwabashije kumenya.
Tuvuge ko igihugu nka Syria cyangwa Central African Republic, ahantu hari intambara, dufate ikiriho muri iyi minsi kirimo intambara, cyangwa igihugu cyagiye kiba mu ntambara mu gihe kirekire nka Afghanistan cyangwa na Somalia, ahantu hamaze iminsi hari intambara, usanga nibura icyambere ibihugu governments z'ibyo bihugu ntabwo zagiye zibasha gushyiraho ingamba z'iterambere mu by'ukuri, kuko deja concentration yose yari mu gushakisha uburyo barwana n'amaroberi batsinda intambara. Ubwo niko abaturage barimo guhunga bava mu gihugu bajya mu kindi. Ni ukuvuga ngo byagaragaye ko ibihugu byagiye biba umutekano, MDGs n'ibyo babaga bamaze kugeraho byageraga bitya bigasubira hasi. Si icyo cyonyine, ahubwo noneho byaranagaragaye ko ibihugu bifite umutekano ari naho n'u Rwanda ruziramo. Ibihugu byagiye bishyira umutekano nk'umutima w'iterambere, bagaragaje yuko ari byo koko byagiye bigira icyo bigeraho.
Like Uganda, Tanzania, Kenya, South Africa, ndabona icyaha cyose ko mbona haba kwigisha abantu cyangwa se urubyiruko kugira choice kugende amahitamo mazima.
Mu kibazo dufite cy'abanyafurika cya mbere no kutemera uko turi, ngo twemere ibibazo dufite nabyo tubane nabyo, ahubwo buri wese agaharanira kuba yagira yakigeraho muri positive yagira muri negative, ari ugasanga nuko abanyafurika duteye.
Biriya bihugu ni nkaho iyi step bayirenze. Iyo uvuze ku bintu bijyanye na agenda equality, ni ibintu baba baragezeho, n'izindi n'ibintu baba baramaze, ni ibihugu bikiri mu nzira z'iterambere bagerageza gufasha. Niyo mpamvu mu ngira ngo bagerageza kubasobanurira kugira ngo mugerageze mwumve impamvu batari. Ariko iyi post 2015 development agenda irareba umuntu wese
colleagues, members of the teaching and administrative staff, dear students, we are very, very happy to be with these experts from UN who came to share with us the experience about UN activities, especially MDGs. Let us join our hands to thank them deeply for having thought about us.
I want to go directly to this program that brought us here. This is a project, the post-2015 development agenda is an agenda that will address the Millennium Development Goals. Do you know about Millennium Development Goals? Who can tell me briefly about the MDGs?
Millennium Development Goals, they are goals or achievements set by different countries or countries that are representing other countries in development, if I can say. Then they set also an interval they should be achieved in 2015. There are different goals that should be achieved within any period given so that they may see if countries are developing or not. Right.
yaba ari imwe mu haba hari icyishe inyuma yo kuza gutabara batinze cyangwa ni ikindi kibazo badashaka kutwereka
nta mandate kuko bashobora kuza aho bagafite ikibazo kiruta n'ikindi cyari gihari. niyo mpamvu hariho gahunda cyane muri Afurika y'uko ibihugu bya East Africa bya Southern Africa bishyira hamwe noneho bikagira ingabo zabyo n'abasivili bazajya bari hafi noneho n'iki gikorwa baba bakimva kurusha se iyo noneho iyo ibyo bibaye batabara vuba kandi bagatabara ku buryo biyumva kuko baba ari abo muri ako gace.
Aya mahugurwa tumaze gusoza aramfashije cyane hanjye nk'umwe mu bagize urubyiruko kurushaho kumva ko tukwiye gushyira imbaraga kugira ngo amahoro tuyasugire asagambe kandi tuyashyikirize n'ibindi bihugu n'isi yose muri rusange.
Mu by'ukuri twigiyemo byinshi kandi by'ingirakamaro ariko by'umwihariko kwamamaza amahoro ku isi. Amahoro afite ibisobanuro byinshi umuntu ariko noneho muri rusange ntago ari amahoro dufata ngo ni igihugu runaka ahubwo njyewe nk'umuturage byonyine mfite amahoro. Ntago ikintu cy'ingenzi mu buzima burya ni amahoro.
Nta gihugu na kimwe cyari mu bintu by'intambara kigeze kigera ku nshingano n'imwe ya MDGs mu bihugu byari mu ntambara cyangwa mu bibazo by'intambara.
In 2004, based on education facilities, we have created this museum to help people to understand and transform the history. And the museum is made up by 3 permanent exhibitions. The first one will be helping us to understand genocide here in Rwanda against Tutsis. We have another exhibition which is upstairs on the first floor. We can experience the other genocide killings worldwide. And also the final exhibition will be also helping to understand deeply genocide against Tutsis. Because we have one people, same culture, same value. In Rwanda, genocide happened in a short period, 3 months, and then we lost more than 1 million. And his government committed genocide.
My name is Baguma Tinkasemere Richard. I am the General Secretary for the United Nations Association of Uganda. Personally, I think that the disorientation, the misguiding, the misinformation, the manipulation that has continued among particularly the weak societies, where many of the African communities belong. The ones with little education, with little information and exposure. I think that's been a huge driver for continued killings that are really empty among ourselves. And I think this genocide memorial is a critical element in creating that knowledge, in creating that understanding, in creating that education among ourselves, that this can be avoided, this can be prevented, and even where it is starting, it can be stopped quickly, so that you don't really have the hundreds of thousands, even tens. You don't need to have these deaths.
The United Nations designated official working group of the post-2015 consultations for the Global Development Agenda submitted to the UN Secretary General and the recently concluded United Nations General Assembly a draft of 17 Sustainable Development Goals. Among them, goal number 16 is interlinked to the theme that we are discussing today. Promote peaceful and inclusive societies for sustainable development, provide access to justice for all, and build effective and accountable and inclusive institutions at all levels. That is the goal, number 16. Reading this goal, as this is stated, one might think that the goal is losing the view of some of the components that we are discussing here. But the official working group went deeper than that and highlighted 9 indicators that would guide the implementation of this peace and security and good governance related sustainable development goal. Among those indicators, indicator number 1 is actually to significantly reduce all forms of violence and related death rates everywhere. The second is to end abuse, exploitation, trafficking, and all forms of violence and torture against children.
We are not just meeting for the sake of meeting. We are going to launch a Youth Peace Initiative. Africa Peace Youth Initiative. Yeah, we have started small. This is East Africa mainly, but we are targeting Africa. And I'm sure we will be there.
If you are actors of resolving a conflict, know where to start from. Because if you don't pay attention, you will rather create conflict instead of resolving it. The way you approach it is going to allow you to achieve what you want to achieve.
From one encompasses a lot of things. Freedom from violence encompasses very many things. Freedom from want encompasses like the issue of food security which they were talking about. There is no peace when people are hungry. And very many people still live without what? Without food.
I hope the intention of building peace and security here is well beyond silencing guns. Silencing guns by 2020. But in silencing guns with women, so it's an African agenda.
What is peace? First of all, when we look at peace, we're not talking about absence of conflict. We're not talking about physical conflict. We're not talking about peace of mind. We're talking about everything, from the absence of conflict to being able to think and be creative in your own environment, from being able to walk down the road to building a house and thinking it's not going to fall down next day, or it's not going to be demolished, or you're not going to be removed because you've become a refugee. We talk about being able to attend this conference without a problem. Peace means everything, involves everything.
We wanted the world to make an achievement only in 15 years and finish every problem. I don't think that was realistic. But it was an extremely useful framework and deadline time. One of the issues, yes, is inadequate involvement, inclusion, and mobilization of populations. That was one. It was largely a government-focused, UN-driven agenda.
Ntago tuzagera ku majyambere nitutita ku mahoro n'umutekano no gukumira amakimbirane. Nta ibyo twagezeho mu rwego rw'amajyambere cyane cyane nkatwe abanyarwanda dufite ibyo twagezeho ntago bizaramba nitudakomeza kubungabunga umutekano wacu.
Icyagaragaye nuko ahantu haranzwe amakimbirane, intambara n'umutekano muke, aho hantu ntabwo bateye imbere koko mu kuzuza ziriya ngingo z'inyagihumbi. Basanga ko abo bantu nibo bafite ibipimo bitoya cyane mu kuzuza ziriya ntego. Ariko kandi ikintu cyagaragaye nuko amahoro, umutekano no kurwanya no gukemura amakimbirane biri mu bintu bikomeye bituma koko imibereho myiza y'abaturage ishobora kugerwaho.
Our mission now as the civil society organizations is to influence debate world over to make it a world agenda, because we are not in isolation, we are not on an island. We just want the whole world to enjoy what we are enjoying today. That's why we share with them what we have security-wise. So since this is a world agenda and we have got an opportunity, we are there to share success stories. We are there to share the benefits of enjoying security. We are there to share what Rwanda has achieved because they have invested a lot of effort in keeping security at the forefront. By the way, our president, His Excellency Paul Kagame, was among the first presidents to support this initiative at the UN level, at the UN General Assembly level, because he knows what security means and he has seen the fruits.